Hello everyone, so today is Tactical Tuesday. Usually I would say Tactical Tuesday is like steps to get to a goal, but today is a little different. I'm gonna go over like something that I learned is like thinking of your problems as potential teachers rather than thinking of them as problems. Typically, most people would think of their problems as like stressful and would agree that it's one of the greatest sources of stress. However, we can think of it another way. The amount of stress we feel has more to do with how we relate to our problems rather than the problem itself. So in other words is, how much of a problem do we actually make our problems? Do we see them as emergencies or do we see them as potential teachers? I can speak for me as I used to think that way. I used to think, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Like my problems became like triggers to my anxiety and like stress and just constantly thinking the worst. And when I started viewing them as potential teachers and finding, I talked about this yesterday, finding the lesson in my problems is when I began to have less stress, less anxiety, less problems. Our problems come in many different shapes, sizes, and degrees of seriousness. However, they all have one thing in common. They present us with something we wish was different. The more we struggle with our problems, the more we want them to go away, the more that we run from them, the more stress they cause, and the bigger they seem. But luckily, there's a fix here. Opposite is also true. So I'm sorry, I am such a weirdo. When we accept our problems as an inevitable part of life, because it is, we start to view our problems as potential teachers rather than a problem. But you have to be open-minded to it. You have to be able to think that way. You have to be ready to think that way. And you know how I got there? Books. And more books. So, also when I have a problem, there's a journal back in here that I write in the mornings. And then my mission board back there, I write that daily so that my problems I don't wake up and start my day thinking of my problems. I'm thinking of the lesson in them. I'm thinking of how to fix them and what I'm supposed to be learning from them. I think of them as potential teachers rather than the problem. And my day goes very smooth and eventually they all work out on their own, which is odd. Well, it's not odd. It's only odd because the way I used to think is different from where I think now. So it's like looking through new lenses. I've said this multiple times. It's like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. So think of a problem that you've been struggling with for a while and ask yourself, how are you dealing with it? How are you handling it? What are you doing to grow from it? How have you dealt with a problem up until now? If you're like most people, you've probably ran through it a million times. You're mentally analyzing it. You are still struggling with it. You are playing it play by play and causing yourself to go into the snowball effect, which I've talked about multiple times. And you kind of just are at a dead-end road, constantly going in a circle of negativity and constant struggling with that same problem because you're not looking at it as a potential teacher to learn from it. You're looking at it as a problem. How do I fix this? Sometimes, in order to fix it, you got to look at it differently. So one thing you could do is, rather than run from it and ignore it, embrace it. Bring it in. Ask yourself, what valuable lesson or lessons is this problem trying to teach me? Could it be teaching you to be careful or patient? Does it have to do with greed, envy, carelessness, forgiveness, self-acceptance? Whatever problems you're dealing with, chances are they could be thought of in a more softer way that include a genuine desire to learn from them. So give this strategy a try, and I think you'll realize that our problems aren't as emergent as we think they are. And usually once we learn the lesson that we're supposed to out of them, they typically go away. Ironic, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is my Tactical Tuesday. I don't know why I karate chop all the time, but that's what I do. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm kind of an oddball, so if you haven't figured that out already, here I am. So I hope everyone has a great Tuesday. You'll see me tomorrow for Wake Up Wednesday, which is, I got a cool one. I'm excited for that one. And I hope you guys all enjoy these videos. I enjoy making them, and they make me happy to express things. And these are some of the books I'm reading, so if you can see them, check them out. They're good. They kind of help change my mindset, especially this one. This one's a new one, and this one is amazing. I love this book. So give it a read or check out or whatever you do. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.